All right, I'm excited for this one. So, if you haven't heard about that thing called astrology, you are missing out big time. And here's why. Astrology is going to guide you back to multiple things, including knowledge, right? But astrology is so much more than that. Astrology is this deep knowing within your body, within your bones, within your heart, that nothing is wrong with you. That progression is simple once you understand yourself. That progression is easy. It's easy to be in relationship with others when you know yourself first. It's easy to heal the rejection and abandonment wound and not feeling enough when you know what lens you're looking from. So when I say lens, imagine putting on a pair of glasses, right? If I gave you pink glasses, you're going to see pink. If I give you blue glasses, you're going to see through the lens of blue. Those glasses are the lens that you are seeing the world from. All we have to do is change the lens and you will see life entirely different. Your number one problem, your number one problem is that you don't see yourself correctly. That's it. That is the basis of my philosophy when coaching women is that you don't see yourself correctly. You have beliefs because of experience, you have negative feelings because of trauma, you have doubts because of failure, and you have ideas of how the world operates based on what you've been through. You have been given a set of standards that the world wants you to meet, a set of expectation that your parents have put on you. You have been choosing to wear glasses that maybe aren't yours. So if I gave you a prescription of glasses and they were for me, but I put them on you, you're going to see all delusional, right? Like you won't have clarity because you're trying to see the world through my lens versus knowing your own lens, your own prescription. So, what does that have to do with astrology? Astrology is taking the lens that you see through, giving it validation, and then moving forward with strong conviction that you are not broken and that the lens you see through is perfectly designed. It's designed to be that way. When you understand yourself, then are you able to be in relationship with other people. You cannot ever give to somebody what you do not have first, right? So astrology says, okay, there are going to be wants in your world, things that you want really bad, things that you prefer and that you actually need. And then there's going to be a whole bunch of other things like maybe this career is not great for you. Maybe this idea or this location isn't the best. It is so epic, so transformational. When I found out my astrology, I cried. I actually cried because for the first time I had validation that how I was showing up, although it was uncomfortable to other people, was totally natural in myself. I am meant to be intense, meant to be dramatic, meant to be all of these things. And when you have a entire book or program or system that says keep operating this way, regardless of what other people say, it makes you able to move in this world so easily, right? It takes the fear, astrology takes the fear out of being authentic. Astrology says, hey, the way you experience your internal world isn't going to be the same as your spouse or your best friend or your mom or your dad. But that's okay because now you know what your needs are. Imagine a world where you actually knew what your needs were. Imagine a world where you knew how to get your needs met. That's what this process and program that I'm going to be coaching you through will do. Astrology is going to take your entire being and show you the different lenses that you look through in different aspects of your life. Now, how amazing is that? Astrology is not this, I'll tell you what it is not. It is not this preconceived idea that just because you're a Scorpio, you're going to be really cold to people, or you're a crab, so you're always crabby. Like there's talk about astrology, and then there's embodiment of astrology. Embodiment is living, breathing, acting, fully taking ownership of the way that you see the world. Now, let me give you an example. If you knew that in a workplace you needed to be autonomous and independent, that is validating in itself to know that your desire in your heart to go and start a career and go launch your own business is totally for you. It takes out the fear of, oh, is this going to work? Maybe, maybe not, but that's not the point. The point is you're so miserable in your freaking life because you're not aligned to the energy of who you are meant to be. So anytime you play it small in places like your career or your job or your role as a mom or a wife or a spouse, whatever, you're not aligned with that energy, then something will feel like it's missing, right? And that's where we start to believe I'm not enough, I'm not worthy, blah blah blah, because something is missing. And really it's just a little tweak. It's a tweak saying, "Hey, this is how I'm designed to operate and I'm not operating that way." Why? Because of shame and guilt and fear and conditioning, right? Because society says, "Don't be too loud," but my astrology says, "Actually, I'm built with fire. I'm supposed to burn this shit down, shake it up, and make it go crazy," right? Because that energy is what starts new things. It's what gives other people permission to be themselves. So when you start to become yourself, what you'll realize, what happens is that all the things that aren't you will fade away. So there will feel like this death process, but in that process, you get to awaken the most vibrant warrior within you. And I know what you're craving because I was you 5 years ago. After a divorce, I went looking for answers. I was like, what is wrong with me? Like, I'm freaking 20 years old and I got divorced. And then I got divorced again at 25. And I thought, oh my gosh, like, something is fundamentally wrong with me. Oh, I believe something's fundamentally wrong with me. So what do? You look for answers, right? So in your world right now, whether it's feeling depressed, a lack of excitement, not having any passion, not having any play, not having any purpose, whatever your block is right now, astrology is one of the beautiful blessings that says, hey, 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 pause. Let's look at this through the filter of your lens, right? Let's look at it. Let's take the energies and let's look at where they're playing together and what wants to be seen more and what wants to take a step back, right? You only feel broken when you chop off pieces of you. When you only allow yourself to be submissive, but really you want to be loud. When you stop yourself from initiating a dream, but then you hold back, right? So it's this constant tug of war inside of, will I be accepted for being myself? And I think the biggest programming that we have as women is just do that, to just play safe, to not give voice to your desires, to not be loud, to not be crazy, to not want it all. But you are designed to have it all. And until you reach the awareness or the consciousness that you're designed to know joy, that's going to sound like bullshit to you. So, astrology is the bridge that says this is where you're at, this is where you can be, and you get to choose whether to live the highest frequency of it or not. And the gift in that is gorgeous because when you have a map that explains what you are, who you are, what elements of earth you embody, it's really, really fun because in creation, we're freaking women. We have wombs. We're meant to create. And when we take astrology into the four aspects of what it actually is, it's wind and air and fire and water and earth, then we can start to see, like, oh, this is what makes me feel safe. This is what makes me feel excited. This is what makes me feel like I'm turned on and I'm alive because I'm embodying the energy that wants to move through me. And now I know how I work in relationships. I know that I like to be the center of attention, or now I know how I'm supposed to grow. Like my philosophies will change based on what house the lens is through. So now not only do we have glasses, but we have different rooms we get to go into. So are you struggling in the room of your inner needs? Are you struggling with getting your wants? And are you struggling with, feeling safe? A lot of times we don't feel safe in our body. And there's a lot of reasons why, but astrology, that is a beginner's mark, a beginner step, a road to destiny that says this is a really important facet we need to look at. And that will be a part of the coaching journey because you're not broken. And I'll say it 10 times more over. Progress is a change of awareness. Change of awareness means higher consciousness. Higher consciousness means more creation. More creation means more possibility. More possibility means more potential. And more potential means we're alive, right? Do you feel that? Do you feel that excitement, that embodiment? I'm excited to have this soul chat with you. So go ahead and click the link below. Let's have a talk, sister. Let's have a talk on where you're feeling blocked. And I will walk you through the most magnetic experience inside of your inner world. I'm excited. Thanks.